Well, the number of COVID-19 cases in the state has increased to 2,405, 122 new cases have been reported in the state. The death toll stands at 45, while a total of 762 people have been discharged after recovery. Kalaburgi has reported close to 28 cases, while Yadgir has reported nearly 16 cases. One more COVID-19 death has been reported in the state from Yadgir. The deceased individual has been identified as patient number 2301. The 69-year-old woman who had recently returned from Maharashtra had been brought dead to the designated COVID-19 hospital in the district. She had later tested positive. All the 28 cases reported from Kalaburgi on Wednesday had recently returned from Maharashtra. The individuals have been identified as laborers who had migrated to Maharashtra in search of work and returned after the lockdown was lifted. The number of COVID-19 cases in the state now stands at 185. Several families returning to Dakshin Kannada from Maharashtra have tested positive for COVID-19. According to the health bulletin, close to 3 families that returned from Maharashtra have tested positive for the virus. Patient number 853 was discharged today after recovery from COVID-19. The individual who was a mango trader had contracted the virus during his visit to Mumbai. He had later been admitted for treatment and has recovered now. The information about his discharge was shared by DHO, Dr. Rajendra. The district administration has decided to make COVID-19 testing mandatory for all the police personnel in the state. This decision comes after several cops have been posted at the COVID-19 hospitals, checkposts and containment zones in the city, while cops in both the traffic as well as the law and order divisions will be tested.
ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿಗಳು ಯಾರು ಕಂಟೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏರಿಯಾಲಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಚೆಕ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಜನಸಾಮಾನ್ಯರ ಜೊತೆ ಒಡನಾಟ ಬೆಳೆಸುವಂಥ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅಲ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದರೋ ಅಂಥವ್ರದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸ್ವ್ಯಾಬ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಗೆ ಕಳಿಸಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಸುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಇಲಾಖೆ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
A hotel was shut down in HASSAN after 4 cops who visited the hotel to collect food parcels tested positive. The hotel located in Arsikere was visited by the cops who returned from North Karnataka after completing their duty. Health officials have also collected the throat swab samples of the hotel staffers who served the cops. Test results are awaited. Lachiyana village residents in Vijaypura have decided to seal off their village and prohibit entry to outsiders after an individual in the neighbouring village tested positive. Gram Panchayat members decided to seal off the village after a person in the neighbouring village tested positive. The village will remain closed till June 1st. Close to 260 quarantine labourers broke open the lock of the isolation centre where they were housed and staged a protest against authorities. The incident took place in Shettigera village near Yadgir. The workers demanded that they be released as their mandatory quarantine period has been completed. The labourers had been quarantined at a local school after returning from Maharashtra. Inmates of a quarantine centre in Devadurga of Raichur alleged that they were being provided poor quality food. The inmates complained of having found worms in their food packets. The inmates have been quarantined at a degree college in the area. Inmates of a quarantine centre in Chikmagaluru have appealed to the district health officials to release them. The inmates appealed to the officials as several of them have been quarantined for more than 20 days despite having completed the mandatory quarantine period. The inmates also alleged that a few individuals had managed to get an early release after using the influence of the local officials. They also complained about lack of proper facility at the centre.
ನಮ್ಮ ಕಷ್ಟಗಳನ್ನು ಕೇಳೋವಂಥವ್ರು ಯಾರೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 14ನೇ ದಿವಸಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಬಂದು ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ ಮಾಡೋ ಅಂಥವ್ರು ಯಾರೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಕಷ್ಟಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಯಾರ ಹತ್ರ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು? ನಮಗಿಲ್ಲಿ ಊಟದ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆನೂ ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಊಟ ನಮಗೆ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ.
Residents of Devnalli were taken to task by officials after they were seen failing to practice social distancing. The officials censored several residents who had thronged to purchase vegetables at the local market for not wearing masks as well. A few were also fined by officials. Staffers belonging to a supermarket in Dakshin Kannada were assaulted by miscreants for allegedly being turned away for not wearing masks. The incident took place at Puttur in Dakshin Kannada. The miscreants were stopped by the security guard from entering the supermarket as they were not wearing masks. The people later got into a heated argument and assaulted the guard as well and security staff. Puttur police have registered a case. Belgavi police have registered an FIR against 19 individuals for attempting to illegally enter the state from Maharashtra. Cops managed to nab the persons after receiving a tip-off. The individuals have been identified as laborers who had travelled to Maharashtra to work in the sugarcane fields. However, they were stranded owing to the lockdown and later attempted to return. ASHA workers conducting health surveys in HASSAN alleged that the health officials have not provided them adequate safety gears. The workers also complained that they had not been provided with masks. Due to this, ASHA workers have been forced to wear dupattas and towels as masks. Migrant workers hailing from various North Indian states were assembled at a local playground in Hassan to be sent home. The workers and their families were subjected to medical screening, after which they were taken to Mangaluru by buses. They will later be sent to their states by special Shramik trains. District in charge Minister BYRATHI BASAVARAJ undertook city rounds in Davangere on Wednesday. BYRATHI BASAVARAJ inspected the progress of public works undertaken in the city. He was escorted by the mayor and police SP.
ದಾವಣಗೆರೆ ಮಹಾನಗರ ಪಾಲಿಕೆ ವ್ಯಾಪ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅನೇಕ ಕಾಮಗಾರಿಗಳು ಇವತ್ತೇನಾಗಿತ್ತು ಸ್ಥಗಿತಗೊಂಡಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಮರುಚಾಲನೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾನೇ ಖುದ್ದು ಅವನ್ನು ಸ್ಥಳ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಅವೆಲ್ಲಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ ವೇಗವಾಗಿ ಚಾಲನೆ ಕೊಡುವಂಥ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಇವತ್ತು ಹಮ್ಮಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
Well, RDPR Minister A.S. Ishwarappa inaugurated a super speciality hospital in Shimoga. The hospital has been constructed on the premises of city's Megan Hospital. Ishwarappa was joined by BJP MP B.Y. Raghavendra. The hospital will benefit patients ailing from cardiac and neurological disorders. However, social distancing was not followed during the inauguration.
ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಸೂಪರ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಾಲಿಟಿ ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸೇರಿ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಉದ್ಘಾಟನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮೆಗಾನ್ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟ್ಲ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಈ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಪ್ರೇಟಾಗಿಟ್ಟು ಉಳಿದಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೋಗಿಗಳಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಯಾವ ತೊಂದರೆನೂ ಆಗದೇ ಇರೋ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನವೂ ನಡೆಸಿದ್ದೇವೆ.
Agriculture Minister B.C. Patil assured that maize growers will be compensated after the officials conduct a crop survey. B.C. Patil said that farmers need to submit required information to the committee formed at various districts. The committee members will then undertake a survey, following which compensation will be awarded.
10 ಲಕ್ಷ ರೈತರಿಗೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ರೈತರಿಗೆ 500 ಕೋಟಿ ರೂಪಾಯಿಗಳನ್ನು 5,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿಗೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ರೈತರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡುವಂಥ ಐತಿಹಾಸಿಕ ನಿರ್ಣಯವನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬದ್ಧರಾಗಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಈಗ ಹಣ ಬಿಡುಗಡೆಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಈಗ ಪತ್ರ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಾವು ಕಮಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ನಮ್ಮ ವರದಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಅವರು ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
Congress leader Basavanantappa lent a helping hand to the members of the transgender community in Davangere. The Congress leader distributed poultry and handed over money to help the transgenders purchase essentials. The nominated director of MYSURU'S MyMUL Milk Cooperative Union, Ashok, refuted the allegations made by former Minister Sara Mahesh. The former minister had alleged irregularities in the recruitment for various posts in the union. Ashok said that the truth will come to light in the future.
ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಏನು ಆದೇಶವನ್ನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಪ್ರತಿಪಾದಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಿಲ್ಲಬೇಕಾದ್ದು ನನ್ನ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆರೋಪ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಾರೋಪಗಳು ಇರ್ತವೆ, ರಾಜಕಾರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಏನೂ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಅವರವರಿಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಂಥ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾತಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಕಾಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಮನವರಿಕೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಸಂದರ್ಭ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ.
Meanwhile, a special song dedicated to MYSURU'S Corona warriors has gone viral on social media. The song, which thanks police personnel healthcare workers and Parakarmikas for their service. Also features several celebrities hailing from Mysuru. The celebrities have expressed solidarity with the Corona warriors, and song has been recorded by a popular music recording company. Preparations are underway to reopen the historical Chamundeshwari temple in Mysuru. The move comes in the backdrop of the state government announcing the reopening of temples from June 1st. Accordingly, the temple administration is making all the arrangements. However, they are awaiting the government's final go-ahead before the temple doors are thrown open to the devotees. The chairman of Muslim Central Committee, KS Masood, has appealed to the state government to permit all the religious shrines to reopen. Masood's appeal comes in the backdrop of the state government permitting temples to reopen from June 1st. This decision had reportedly not gone too well with members of other religious committees.
ಮಾಡಿ ಹೌದೆಂದು ಬಹಳ ತಪ್ಪು, ಬಹಳ ಅನ್ಯಾಯ. ಇದನ್ನು ದಯಮಾಡಿ ಈ ಆದೇಶವನ್ನು ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಬೇಕು. ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದಿಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಆದೇಶ ಜಾರಿ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಮುಸ್ಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಚರ್ಚ್ ಜೈನ್ಸ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸಹ ಇದನ್ನು ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಆದೇಶವನ್ನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ.
Mines and Geology Department officials raided an illegal quarry functioning in Mandya. The quarry is located at Pandavpura in Mandya. The officials also seized granite slabs worth crores of rupees during the raid. The quarry owners had failed to obtain the requisite permit to operate the quarry. Honolulu cops have arrested the accused who were involved in the sale of a newborn in Davangere. According to the cops, the newborn child had been sold by the mother for 5,000 rupees. Police registered a case and have arrested the accused identified as Lavanya, Anish and Kumar. A lab technician at the hospital has also been arrested. Residents of Bawali village in Mysuru have appealed to the authorities to take action against the rampant bootlegging occurring in their village. The villagers have alleged that the illegal sale of liquor had become a headache to them and requested the authorities to crack down on the bootleggers. A coconut tree caught fire after lightning struck the tree during the early hours on Wednesday. The incident occurred in Timmapura in Bagalkot. The tree immediately caught fire and burnt after several hours. The area has been witnessing thunderstorms for the past few days. Forest Department officials managed to capture an alleged man-eater that had recently killed a shepherd in Mysuru. The incident had taken place at Insur in Mysuru. The deceased shepherd, identified as 65-year-old Jagdish, had been attacked by the tiger while grazing his sheep. The tiger, which seemed to be man-eater, later reportedly devoured the farmer's body. A woman was left critically injured after being attacked by a bear in Ramanagara. The incident took place in Sunnadakere village. The woman has been identified as Sakamma. The woman had joined a group of curious onlookers to see the bear, which had strayed near the village when it attacked her. Sakamma has been admitted to a private hospital for treatment.